Germany election. Merz says it's 5 to midnight for Europe. The man expected to be Germany's next chancellor has said Europe must act swiftly to increase its defense capability in the face of a US administration whose motto is moving towards America alone, adding, "This is really 5 minutes to midnight for Europe." In a wide-ranging press conference after his Conservative Alliance's victory in Sunday's federal election, Friedrich Merz made it clear his focus was on the turbulent geopolitical landscape, saying that although he would seek good ties with the US, he was also ready for the worst-case scenario. Asked about the doubling of support for the far-right Alternative for Deutschland, which came second with 20% of votes, he urged Germany's political mainstream to recognize it as the last warning. Effective leadership was urgently needed to combat the AfD's further rise and solve the problems that had helped fuel its popularity, he told journalists. This is really the last warning to the political parties of the Democratic Center in Germany to come to common solutions. But, as the 69-year-old former banker prepared to begin the thorny task of forming a government with Olaf Scholz's center-left Social Democrats, SPD, his first comments on Monday, the third anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion, were directed at Kiev. He posted on X, "Europe stands unwaveringly by Ukraine's side. Now more than ever, it holds true. We must put Ukraine in a position of strength." In an apparent sideswipe at Donald Trump's administration after it began talks with Russia last week about ending the war that excluded Ukraine and Europe, he added, "For a just peace, the attacked country must be part of peace negotiations." Merz, a known transatlanticist, a proponent of a close relationship between the US and Europe, later said that all the signals we are receiving from the United States indicate that interest in Europe is decreasing. If those who really do not just make America first, but almost America alone their motto prevail, then it will be difficult, he told reporters. But I remain hopeful that we will succeed in maintaining the transatlantic relationship. For many years, Berlin had resisted calls from Paris to build up Europe's defense capabilities, feeling secure under the protection of the nuclear-armed US. However, Merz has made clear he felt Europe's largest economy was facing a new era. In particular, following the announcements from Washington in the past few weeks, it's clear that we Europeans now need to very hurriedly become capable to act, he said. He also made reference to interference from the Trump administration in Germany's election campaign, calling it unacceptable. Elon Musk, the president's close ally, congratulated the AfD's candidate for chancellor after the anti-Islam party's strong performance in the election. On Monday, Musk posted on X, "It is only a matter of time before AfD wins." The AfD won about twice the vote share it garnered at the last election 3 years ago. But it will not be part of negotiations to form a coalition government because of the firewall that has historically existed between mainstream parties and the far right. A jubilant Alice Weidel, the AfD's co-leader and candidate for chancellor, called her party's performance historic and decried Merz's refusal to enter into coalition with the AfD as a democracy blockade, arguing that millions of voters were in effect disfranchised by the decision. The AfD did particularly well in the former Communist East, where it secured 43 out of 48 available seats after campaigning vigorously on an anti-Islam, anti-immigration platform, and backing the remigration of immigrants and German citizens deemed to have poorly integrated. On Monday, Merz, whose CDU-CSU alliance won 28.5% of the vote, said, "We need to see that we solve the problems in Germany together so that we step for step deprive this party of its breeding ground. If that failed," he said, referring to the next election, "we'll have very different problems."